She's as classy as she can be. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. I said rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club show.
Hello, everybody. It's Thursday. It's not nice today. It's raining and it's cold, but I'm happy to be here. Some great show today. But first, today is National Red Mittens Day. So make sure you find your red mittens and you put them on today. And if you don't have any, go buy a pair for your grandchildren.
You should have told me ahead of time. I would have wore them here.
And then it's
Goes with the
National
jacket.
Gingerbread Cookie Day. So on your way home, go buy a
Gingerbread
cookie.
Oh.
So good to see everyone. I have some great guests. I have co-hosting with me today my daughter-in-law in the films, and her name is Angela Credenza Parker. She's an actress. She works very hard. She travels. She's in the Fontanas. She's my daughter-in-law, and I hate her in the show that is coming up soon. There's the Fontanas, and we're hoping to be on Netflix soon. And we get along great. She looks like me, so she could be my daughter.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me as your co-host.
And then I have the famous Jim Altamore, who's
This
been
is
with
good.
the Long Island Breakfast Club for 16 years.
Wow.
All right, Jim.
When I started the club for
Right.
women and men that were unemployed, you walked in and you sang a song, and everybody fell in
Sang a
love with
song,
you.
That was the end of it. That was the beginning of
Rest
the
is
end.
history.
This
And
was
that's
good.
how long we're friends.
This was good. I can't
And-
believe it's been that long.
I know, and
Right.
I traveled to go see him everywhere, and he's been through a few hurdles with me, with
Yeah.
losing my husband, and being with somebody else that was a little crazy, and now with my new guy who's wonderful. Now I'm with an Irishman.
This is great. I mean,
Yes.
hey, we're
What
here.
do you
We're
want?
here to talk about it. That's the
Yes,
main thing. That's what
and but
counts.
the time when I first met you, you wanted to go into construction. Remember?
I was.
yeah,
I
and-
was in the business, and then
Yeah.
you remember the market tanked,
Plunged,
and
right.
everybody was looking at jobs and all that stuff, and we had that big deal with Anderson Cooper. Remember he interviewed
Yeah,
us
we were on
about jobs and the
CNN
economy?
in
On
a
CNN?
horse ranch.
Right.
In a horse ranch.
In a horse ranch. I had a horse like over my shoulder, Mr. Red,
Yes.
and it was nutty. But
And it was the
a-
best time we had.
And
It
we had a
smelled
great time.
terrible.
It was a national show, and
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun.
We did. We did.
Awesome.
That's the main.
So we're going to be talking with you in a
Good,
minute.
good.
And then Mr. Rich Scotti, who another one that I met because of his family and his son who's involved with film, and my former co-host, and also his DJing business, which he does everywhere. And because he knew Paul Anka, and I love Paul Anka.
Yes.
So right there we became instant friends.
Awesome.
Yeah, once she heard Paul Anka, that was it. She's like, you're coming on the
But
show.
I didn't go to the show last week.
Yeah, he was in Westbury, right?
Yeah, I
he
guess
still
so.
sounds good.
Yeah,
You know?
still
It's
have
getting
it.
very great, but he looks good.
God bless him.
I'll see the next one.
Yeah, that's,
I'll
he goes
definitely-
there a lot. So
I'll definitely see
I'll
the
put a
next
word
one.
in with you.
Yeah, really. I got an anniversary present from him. My 25th. My daughter wrote to him, and he actually sent the gift.
Wow.
And it was a
nice.
big surprise because I followed him all these years.
No
I was
kidding.
married 50 years. So
Wow.
we used to go see him every year. Yeah. Isn't that something?
He's
I
still-
love Paul
He's
Anka.
still rolling along.
That
This is
song,
good.
Having My Baby,
Having My Baby.
that was one of my favorite songs.
That was one of
That's
your
an
favorite
oldie
songs?
but
Yeah.
goodie.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway,
it's
welcome to
interesting.
the new studio. What do you think, guys?
Great.
This
Beautiful.
is great. Haven't
Great.
been here in a while. This is good.
This looks good.
Yeah.
Bobby
I like
Lacera,
this, Bob.
congratulations. Every time I come, every week, he's changing
Something new.
something.
Yeah, it gets bigger and bigger.
And how'd you like that nice photo shoot you had?
Nice room.
You can't beat it. And it's for free.
Yeah, well,
That's-
it
that's
comes
even-
with the
that's even-
package.
That's even better.
Yeah, it comes with the package.
This is good.
You get me with the package,
This is good.
too.
It cost me a cheesecake. I mean, this is.
Yeah,
right?
what's
You
with
can't
this
beat it.
cheesecake? Give me that. Let me just take a look
I
at
want you
that.
to look at this cheese. It's like a work of art. It's like
What a
work of
nice
art.
present. I know what we're
Yeah.
having for dessert
Let me just
tonight.
see this.
Can you get it out of the box without making a mess?
My brother, God bless him, makes a mean cheesecake, and I'm trying to.
So we
We'll
have a
have to- we'll have
gentleman
to
in
get
the
his number.
audience. His name is
Oh.
Joe Altamore.
It's my order.
Yes. Joe.
And he obviously makes cheesecakes.
And makes cheesecakes, and like I said, the rainbow cakes, the Italian rainbow
Like the rainbow
Cookies
rainbow
and
cookies
cakes.
and the cakes. Forget it.
Wow. Does he have
Forget it.
a very big kitchen?
The kitchen's very functional. He's got it all. He's got it down. He's got
You
the
need a big
process.
kitchen.
He's got the process down. Like when I visit, I can't touch anything.
Well,
He says, "Don't touch."
That's-
And I got it. I got it down to. a
so let's
science.
just lift it so we can show
Wow.
everyone
This
how
is it.
nice.
This is. I'm gonna just stand up because it's like weightlifting here. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow,
Look
that
at
looks
that.
delicious.
And look, you got the graham cracker.
That's my
I
favorite.
know,
How
I've
did you
seen it.
know?
See?
Thank you, Joe.
Excellent.
This is what. It's like being a married couple, you and me.
Well,
kinda
we
know
go
each
through a
other
lot.
now.
I know. He knows
Right?
what I
The
like.
graham
Yes.
cracker, he says, should I do graham cracker? I said, do the graham cracker because I know Tina likes it. And sure
And I
enough,
do.
Right? See that?
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you so much. Very sweet. Very, very
We're
sweet.
selling it by the slice after we film here.
So, Jim, what's up?
What's up?
I think we have a few slides and we have a clip.
Do you have something they put?
All right, let's show
What
that
does
clip,
he have
Bobby.
here? Bobby.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come on and fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come on and fly with me, let's take off in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You might hear all the angels cheer because we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. You just say that word and I'll beat your bird down to Acapulco Bay. Well, it's so perfect for a flying honeymoon, oh babe. Come fly with me, let's fly, let's fly. Pack up, let's fly away.
It's wild.
Well, what was that? What was that?
That was in France, and the way that came about was a few years prior to this concert tour. Someone told the band leader in France about me, and he was doing some concert dates. So I got this letter, an email from this gentleman in France, and he said, "Would you be interested in coming over to France to front the band?" And I thought it was a joke, you know. I said, "How did he find out about me?" Anyway, through some networking, some people that knew me, they let him know about what I was up to. So, make a long story short, I went over to France, fronted the band, and it worked out fine. A few years later, Sinatra dies, 2015, and he decides to do another concert tour of France, like 8 cities. And he adds a string section now. So there's 40 pieces there,
Yeah, it's no joke.
right? No, it was serious stuff. And then it was all recorded and taped, and I was able to get my hands onto
The whole thing.
the tracks and
That's
everything else.
great.
And I said, I'll put an album out. I said, you got the video. It was a 3-camera shoot. It was fantastic. I didn't
That's
even know
great.
it happened. So I got everything, and then I put the album out and have all that video from it. And it was great. Nice people. I mean, we had a good time. The band, the guys, fantastic.
No, that's an honor to be
Yeah.
able to do that.
And
No,
then
it
you
was,
got
it
to
was.
travel like to France.
And you're traveling, and you know, I don't need to tell you that before each performance, the food was like off the hook.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, the champagne and the whole. I said, how am I going to sing? Yeah, you know, I had to
Yeah,
watch
because
what
you
I
can't
did.
eat
No,
too much,
because you get
right?
carried away.
Going
The
to a
guys are
coma,
going
yeah.
crazy at the dinner table, right? And it all worked out great. And we had, you know, the audiences that they had. There were like probably 2,000 people in each performance.
That
in
had
these
to be
concert
tough,
halls,
my
you
God.
know.
Yeah, it's a big
And the
show.
people were nice, and it was just great. It
And
was-
how long were you there for?
I was there for like 2 weeks.
That was a great
2
vacation.
weeks.
Yeah.
We went from city to city to city.
Did your family go with it?
Yes, this time they did.
How nice.
Matter of fact, my daughter's in-laws were going to France at the same time for some reason.
Oh,
So she wound up with them in Paris, and then met up with me and my wife, and then so we were all together
Oh, that's
for,
great.
That's
for most
great.
of it. So it was really cool. It was cool.
Excellent.
It's good.
so you're doing something else? I just saw recently.
Something else.
Yeah, what are you doing coming up? Isn't this-
Coming up December 1st, I'll be at the Bayshore Brightwaters Library
Which is a big library.
with my trio.
Oh, you have a trio now.
I have a trio, guys that they're great. They play with I mean, the bass player toured with Tony Bennett. I mean,
Oh.
talking about really top-notch players.
That's awesome.
That's
And they
great.
will be there on that date, and we're doing standard stuff, some of the Sinatra type stuff. We were there once before, last year.
That's nice. So where
Yeah,
do
we're
they go to
back
get
again.
tickets? How do they reach you, or
It's
do they just go direct?
No, it's actually free. The libraries. they're
Just
not-
go to the
They're
Bayshore.
not charging. Bayshore Brightwaters Library. I'm going to post it on my Facebook page tonight, which is just Jim Altamore on Facebook. Look me up, Jim Altamore, and tonight sometime I'll have it on there.
And I have it on mine already. I
And
think.
it's on here, and
Yeah,
it's
we have
the
we
flyer
have a slip of
basically,
it.
and it gives you the address and the time
That's
and all
great.
of that. It's a Sunday. And I have a new album out.
What is the name of that?
This
Can I see
album is
that?
called Swinging After Dark, and it's a jazzy album of standards and some surprises on it. And I was, you can hear it all over. I mean, Pandora gave me my own station, so I have Jim Altamore Radio on Pandora.
That's awesome.
And the Sinatra people at Sinatra Enterprises have added it to one of their new apps on Sirius XM on online. So Sirius XM is not only on the satellite, but it's also online. So
That's
you go to
great.
the app and you go on Sirius XM, and they have an app there called the Chairman's Lounge that they just started.
Oh, that's different.
And they just added this to the Chairman's Lounge. So I want to thank the Sinatra Enterprises out there in the West Coast for.
So when you're on
for the
that
honor.
machine in your house that you had that you talk to when they send some music,
Oh, you're
what do
talking
you
about
say?
Alexa?
Yeah, what do I say to Alexa?
Alexa, play Jim Altamore.
Okay.
And then it'll come up and it'll play all my albums and everything. And
Oh,
yeah.
Are
great.
you on Spotify also?
I'm on Spotify,
Okay,
Pandora.
so,
I'm every place.
yeah, I was just going to say.
Every
I know
place.
there's three.
Spotify, Apple Music,
Very, very nice.
Excellent.
the whole bit.
And
So
you
it's nice.
you're babysitting for your grandchildren still, right?
And yeah, I get tapped every.
I know,
I get
well-
my orders. Let's put it that way. I get that. I get the orders.
Yeah.
It's like the calendar. I get.
There's a
my
big
daughter,
calendar, right?
You're doing next Wednesday or Thursday. That's why when she calls me to do the show, I got to clear it first with my.
Oh,
my
so
daughter.
you gotta
you
report
have
to
to
headquarters.
clear it
Yeah,
with
my
the
daughter says,
headquarters before you
"Excuse
say
me,
yes.
You're working on next Thursday, so that's the end of that. But it's good.
That's funny.
Keeps you
Now,
young.
you remember doing that show with us at Westbury Manor? It was a Hawaiian there was a Hawaiian show. And,
Yeah.
And we worked with so many different people. We had a
it was
lot of
fun.
fun
We
back
had a
in
lot
the
of
day.
fun.
The Breakfast Club used to do big events.
Yeah, we used to do big. You're right.
Big.
Big events. It
Yeah,
was
and we had
fun.
a lot of fun.
We
And
had
you
good time.
and you sang with one of our members, that nice blonde lady, Joanne DeFeo. You did a double
That's one.
scene.
That is.
You forgot?
Yeah, you
She
shook the
remembers
cobwebs
everything.
right out there. That one.
You don't
that one,
remember
it's a
her?
flashback I'm getting on that one.
Yeah, and then
That's right.
that guy that passed away, that was in the rock and roll business. He's in the book. Oh,
He passed
yeah,
away.
he We did stuff with him too. He was singing with you. Was singing. He had the DJ and all that.
Who was the
Mickey,
guy?
Mickey. You know, Mickey, the guy, the rock and roll guy. He had a radio station.
Oh, yeah, the radio station.
Yes. We're talking a lot
No,
of years here, guys.
I know. It's Mickey. It'll
Mickey
come to
B.
me. Mickey B. It'll come to us.
Yes, he used to
We
go to
did-
diners.
Didn't we do that?
Mickey B used to go to diners and used to fill out these forms. And I went on a job interview and I met Mickey B. And I walked into a room with his pictures everywhere and he tried to talk me into working with him selling radio space. And that's how we connected. He's in my book in one of the chapters.
Wow.
God rest his soul, he passed away. But he
Yeah.
was a wonderful man. And,
Yeah.
you know, he was a little wacky. But
Yeah, well,
remember
that's-
Mackie,
That's rock and
DeGilio,
roll. Mackie? Sure.
she, you know, was very good friends with him.
Yeah, we're friends still
And
on Facebook.
you always sang the Mac song,
Oh, Mac the Knife.
Mac the Knife,
Mac
for
the Knife, for
Mackie at
Mackie.
every party.
Mac the Knife. Yeah.
And she was a dancer. So she loved it. So
See-
we have a lot of
See
memories,
all the
years.
stuff that comes out here that you didn't know. This is like
Yeah.
this
Well,
is
you were
this is
telling
your
me-
life, Tina.
You were telling me on the way over, I didn't realize you guys go back that far. He's like,
Yeah.
I've
Yes.
seen it for
I didn't
17, 18
realize
years.
that.
Oh yeah.
You were the first, like, the first guest, I think. one of the
Yeah,
first
because
guests.
I did
he
a
just
party.
walked into a meeting and I'm like, sing.
Yeah.
Nothing
That's
like
right.
being put on the spot.
Well, I do
And
that a
forget-
lot.
And forget it. You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I said,
You got to do
this
it.
is good. I like this lady. You know, and then we have these. She'd have these meetings all the time,
And he would
you know,
come.
I'd show up at the meetings, and we'd, you know, hang out and we'd
That's
talk
great.
about things and so
Jobs and what we were going
jobs
to do.
and all
and-
that stuff. And it was, you know, it wasn't just meetings to hang out. It was meetings to help people.
Yeah.
And that's what she's noticed.
And then I coached his son, you know, because
And
I'm
my
a coach
son,
as
we were
well. I
talking
coach
about-
kids.
Yep,
Well, I
yep.
coach adults too. I mean, you know. But
Anyway,
your son
that
is
was great.
a very nice young man too.
Yeah, he's good.
He actually treated me to breakfast.
That's right. I remember. I remember.
I want to know where the passion came from. How did this all evolve? Were you
singing?
always yeah? Did,
Well,
did
we
you sing
all
as a child?
yeah, we sang it.
Did you-
Yeah, we were kids. My brother sings too, and we used to, you know, fool around, you know, and all that stuff. And then when I graduated from college, I worked in the record business for a couple of record labels, notably Atlantic Records.
Mm.
And so this was bubbling under the surface. I was in the business end of it, you know. And then one day I don't know, I played Sinatra, and I recorded myself singing along with him, just for the heck of it. It was just no big deal. And I heard it, and I said,
Not bad.
"It's not bad." I played for somebody. He said, "Hey, it's pretty good." So then you'd start networking with people, you know, and people take you in. And I started hanging out with these jazz musicians. And every week they'd have a jam session, and I'd go down and eke out a song, and then little by little, your confidence, and
Yeah.
people start noticing, and you say, "This guy's got something here," and then
It blossomed.
It goes to that, and then I started doing a lot of wedding work, a lot
Yeah.
of wedding work, you know. So I'll go in and I still
with
do
a
it.
band or just you?
Well, now
as-
with the
as a
DJs,
solo?
the DJs took over. I mean, there's a lot of bands, but
Yeah,
the
you
DJs
took over, huh?
Sorry, Jim.
Yeah.
and it's no problem for me. It was great for me because the tracks were coming out, you know, the company tracks, you know, and so I talked the DJ into booking me on a wedding, and I said, "Look, I'll come out at dinner, and I'll do a set during the main course. Nobody's on the dance floor."
Right.
And I said, "I'm only going to do Sinatra's material because everybody knows it and I can handle it." Okay. And then it would be like a half hour, and he'd call me up. He says, "I got a booking for you. What? It's blah blah blah. This date, this place, and just show up." And he had the music. The DJ plays the music. I go out there and I'm singing, and before you know it, the half hour's done, and that's it. And it caught on, and I've been, you know, I do that often.
Yeah,
Still
and
to this
what
day.
about
I mean, it's
That's
easy,
great.
you know, it's easy, and you know, and then occasionally a big band will call me, and I'll front the big band.
right? What
and then the
about what
jazz
you
guys.
do with in the show with the jazz, Palmatieri?
And then,
Yeah.
I feel like this is your life. Remember that story?
Yeah.
Right?
You're
Ralph
giving
Edwards.
your age away.
I'm giving the
Jim.
age
This
away.
is your life.
I was a little kid when I saw it,
Yeah,
but
sure.
you know how it is. So, a friend of mine in the Bronx called me up and said, would you want to go to Chaz Palminteri's house and sing? And I said, "For what?" He said, "It's for a political fundraiser for somebody." And I said, "Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, why not? You know." So we go up there, and and my friend who's a DJ, and he has all his equipment set up outside, and they had a tent and all. So all of a sudden, Chaz makes an announcement, and he says, "Oh, we're doing this inside." Okay, we go inside. He's got a big vestibule, big foyer. He sets everything up. It looked like a nightclub, you know, the small tables. So I did an hour. I didn't expect it to, you know, and I did this hour concert with the thing. All right, so it worked out great. We had a nice conversation, and a few weeks later, I get a call. Jim, I'd like to use your voice in my play that's coming back to Broadway, A Bronx Tale. I'd like to use your voice. I said, well, for what? It's a one-man show, you know. He says, well, I want to use your voice instead of Sinatra's.
What a
I said,
compliment.
oh, man, this is great. What is it? Okay. So during the first act or so, you hear Frank singing Fly Me to the Moon, but that's not Frank, it's me. So since from Broadway to now, we've been on
Hey.
tour for the last last 17
bell.
years, even on tour. So for the last
Yes.
17 years, my voice has been in the Bronx Tale.
Yeah, and I
Not
saw
you
it.
That's
physically,
great.
just
No,
your voice.
because it's
Yeah.
a one-man show
Yeah.
that he does.
yeah.
But it's, you know, you hear
No,
different
no.
singers during the whole play, and
That's amazing.
mine is in place of Sinatra's.
And
So
I
it's
saw
like an
it
honor.
when I went, and we met Chaz,
And we met Chaz.
and we
right.
met Sonny Blue Eyes,
Sonny Blue Eyes,
who
right.
got us into right in.
Right.
which,
That
uh,
was. It's good to know people.
It is.
That's
It is.
awesome.
That's amazing.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well,
you
I
just
tell
keep-
you, your
you just
story.
keep rolling
'cause
along.
How
That's
come
all.
you haven't written a book
You
yet?
gotta keep rolling along.
You should write a book.
Maybe it's
Start
coming.
writing. Not a bad
Busy
idea.
singing, that's what's
You know.
up.
Busy, you know.
I
it's
know you're
keeping
busy.
I
I
just
know.
finished
Passion.
recording this album, getting this one out. That was a big deal.
And also all the
a lot of work.
technology you got to do to get everything going on
Oh,
social
now you
media.
gotta be every place
Forget about
at
it.
all times with interesting stuff.
No, that's
just
true.
can't
And you
put your
got to.
face
You
out
can't
there.
just keep it all the same.
No,
Now,
I
do
wanna,
you travel,
No,
or are
it's
you just Long Island?
competitive
Do you go to
nowadays.
Manhattan?
No,
Do
he's
you-
all
yeah, if
over.
it calls for it,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
I
was
go-
the name of
I
that
go all
restaurant
over.
in the city you sang just a few months ago?
Uh,
Nino's?
I
Or?
was in Nino's before COVID.
Yes.
Nino's on
Nino's.
1st and 74th Street.
Yeah.
We
And
were
my
there.
old
And
favorite
at
place.
Barossa in Queens. At
We used to meet at
Barossa-
Barossa's all the
At
time.
Barossa, Woodhaven Boulevard.
Oh,
That was a
Frankie, the owner of Barossa's, he was so sweet.
That was every week for 10 years.
Yeah, I know. I
Wow.
used to
And
go.
then COVID hit, and that was it. And I said to Frank, I should get a pension. I
10
mean,
years is a long
we're
time.
here
You're not
10
kidding.
years, right? So
That's a
that came
long
to an
time.
end, and we move on, and everybody does
And
new
y-
things.
yeah,
and
you
it's,
move around.
And it's all good stuff. You know?
Yeah.
It's all good stuff. It
Yeah.
keeps you sane.
I love those days at Barossa's.
I
I
know.
go once or twice a year now.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, because
Nice people.
very nice.
Boys are great.
Yeah,
You know,
very
Frank
friendly
and
people,
Joey
God.
and company.
Yes.
So it was good.
So
And that's
anyone
it.
that wants to look you up,
And
they go
that's
to
it.
you.
They go to my website, jimaltamore.com. Very simple. You can hear my music all over.
Call
Any
you.
place you get your digital music, you can find me. And
And you speak to Alexa.
Pandora, and then Alexa, you just tell Alexa, listen, I want to hear Jim Altamore. And bingo, she starts bringing it up. I was in
It's
the
really-
doctor's office not too long ago. He was removing some stitches. So he's removing the stitches. And prior to that, I had given him the new album.
Right.
So when I saw him the second time to get the stitches out, I said, how'd you like the album? He says, you know what? I didn't get a chance to listen to the album. I said, you didn't listen to the
Oh.
album?
She should have lied.
So he
I
turns
told you
around
he
and he
did.
says, he turns around to the desk and he says, Alexa, play Jim Altamore. So there I am getting the stitches out,
Oh.
and I'm singing at the same
How
time.
that's
funny.
great.
That's
It's nutty.
great.
This is how it is nowadays, right?
Well,
Yeah,
it's true.
Crazy
People
stuff.
forget. But see, I
Anyway.
would have lied.
That was it.
I would have told you I loved
Yeah, he
it.
was said, because I was going. I told him, what song do you like the best? That got him right there. 'Cause
Oh,
I know
yeah.
he didn't
You
look
caught
the
him.
back.
Yeah, yeah.
This
right?
is true. This
Yeah.
is true.
What do you
So-
mean, Alexa? Play Jim Altamore. Okay, hey, this is good.
That was great.
I said,
Well, let's have a drink and
Well,
let's
thank you.
toast you up.
Yeah, I
do
mean,
we
what's
drink?
next?
We always
just did
drink
that.
oh,
wine.
what's next?
We drink wine. We have our
movie,
friends over at Barefoot.
Movie would be good.
Yep,
Yeah.
there you
Yeah,
go.
why
Thanks,
not?
Tina.
And I want to welcome your family. We
The
have
wife of-
Joe,
What is
Salud.
this?
we
Oh,
have
got
Frank,
Riesling.
and
it's
we have
sweet. Good.
Teresa, and your
Good.
sister. I know for years. I haven't seen her in ages. She looks so young.
I
Beautiful
Celebrate.
family.
Salud.
salud. There we go.
So, Angela,
Yes, dear.
let's talk a little bit about you. I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but this woman does everything. She's in the soap operas, she's in the Fontanas, she sings, she talks Italian in
Yeah,
all the
sing.
films. Talk about some of the
Yeah,
films.
yeah. Well, I was in General Hospital. Dr. Death. I had a major film come out, Confetti, but now I have an agent now, so I've been really working on my craft, studying a lot, auditioning, and really just enjoying every moment and every piece of it, and just growing and learning. Really, that's
Yeah,
what's,
but
that's
I,
what's
since I know
huge to me.
you grew so much.
Yeah, I've come a long way. But before I continue, I got you a little something,
Oh,
and I thought
I love
of you.
presents. Everybody knows
I
that.
thought of you because I found this salsa picante, which is spicy salsa, and look at the name.
Oh,
It's called
No
Valentina.
oh,
So
isn't
there's
that
a little something for you
adorable?
because you're a spicy little lady.
Oh, that's good.
Look at that. I have my own sauce.
No, this is
There you
good.
go. So enjoy.
What do I put this on? Like crackers and
Anything.
cheese.
Yeah.
It says it's a Mexican hot sauce.
No
It is.
kidding.
So
Rice and beans, whatever you
burritos.
want.
Yeah,
whatever
Patrick
you
will
want.
love this.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
great.
When we go to the diner, you know what he says to the Spanish people in the diner? She's caliento.
Oh, caliente.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There
And
you
I'm
go.
like,
We know
why
what
are you?
caliente
Right up
means.
your
Why do you
Caliente.
do that? He goes, oh, I like to tease you. And now that's all. They come over with the coffee, and they know I like my coffee very hot. So once I get to the middle of the cup, they come back, bring another cup, and they say caliento.
Oh, jeez.
This is what Patrick does. He embarrasses me, but
There
it's
you
in a
go.
good way.
So
So anyway,
the
getting
best
back
thing
to
is
you.
I got to meet this lady on the series, The Fontanas.
Well, we
who
hope
is
all.
my mother-in-law that I hate. But on the outside, I love her to death, and we're growing, we're learning,
We
we're coming
are.
into our character.
Believe it or
which is
not,
really, really cool
you
and
taught
fun.
me. She was teaching me because I never did this before.
You're great. You're great.
And,
You talk about coming a long way from when we started, and it's wonderful to see you.
Well-
That's the whole thing. Like, I think to me, it's important to grow.
It is.
You know,
It
that's
is.
to learn, to grow, and that's what I want to do.
And we've brought a few people in. You brought some people in. That nice young boy that's the grandson.
Yeah,
What's his name again?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Oliva.
He's a little kid and he's growing too in front of us.
Matthew.
Yeah, he plays the little boy.
He plays the young Ferretti.
And to watch a little kid grow like that from just coming in, he didn't talk to anyone.
Right.
And he's got a big part now.
That's good.
Really nice. And then we also, we need places to have the not the auditions, the actual
Locations.
location
to
places.
Shoot,
So we all
homes,
help
different
with that.
homes,
We need a doctor's
restaurants,
office. We need
doctor's
a
office.
beautiful
They film
house.
At my house. They
They even
film
did it
at
in my
her
house. Jerry
You know, it's
Ferretti did a
nice.
bed scene in my bedroom
No kidding.
It
I
takes
mean-
a
He
village.
did the what?
We don't
A
like to
bed
talk
scene.
about
A
that.
bed scene?
Yeah.
Are you
with his
kidding?
ex. Yes,
With his ex?
and well
that's
on the
good.
show.
That's
With his
Yeah.
ex?
Well, of course we
How many
changed the
exes?
sheets one before and after. But no,
It
but it
takes
wasn't
a village,
bad.
you know.
Now, let
it
me
takes
ask you a
village.
question. How was she? Was she natural as an actress?
She's wonderful.
I just be me.
She's
but,
just her.
She's just
she's
herself?
just her.
Okay.
but I didn't
She's
know
great.
I had it in me.
See?
And what brought you to acting?
Well, I always had an interest in it as a child, but life takes over. You know, my parents came here from Italy, and it's not something that you
Yeah.
would do. So
You work
and then-
when you're young.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And I have two boys, two men, and so life takes over. And then, a few years ago, I was in healthcare for 20 years, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And then my mom had passed away, and I said, you know what? I just want to kind of try some background work. And I did. I started with Adam Sandler was doing a movie in Glen Cove.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with some background there, and then the casting director had me go into this movie Confetti as background, but then I got bumped up to a principal role, and that's how I got into SAG-AFTRA. So it was pretty quick. It was just a month. And then from there, I started taking classes and just.
That's cool.
that's
And
how I
now
love-
she's
and I love
called
it.
upon
I
all
love
the
it.
time. I
That
mean,
is
I love
cool.
it. It's
she's
great,
all over.
you know.
But she also teaches everyone that isn't confident. That's what she did for me.
No, that's
Yeah,
hard work.
it's a lot of work. Yeah,
It's
it's a
hard
lot of
work.
work, and I'm very, very passionate about it,
You
though.
gotta pull out
Yes.
of
I'm
yourself.
very passionate.
She does, and she's a
Yeah.
teacher too.
And I
She
substitute
teaches.
teach now, so I could do my acting.
And what's the name of
and
that thing you work at? The outdoor thing. with the vegetables on the?
Oh, you mean the Kerber's Farm?
Yeah, the farm.
Yeah. Yep. I work at Kerber's Farm sometimes, which is out in Huntington. And yeah.
Well,
So
I
this
keep
is-
busy. I'm a
everybody's
hustler.
got a
I'm a
journey.
hustler.
She's a crackerjack.
I love to work.
That's great.
So I love
So
to work.
workaholic.
I
but
am.
I think
I
I don't know. It's in you or it's not. I am
Yeah.
too. I'm a crazy workaholic.
just
Forget
like to
about
keep
it.
busy.
Oh, that's
and
great.
My husband's
is
great. He's so supportive. My kids
Yeah.
are so supportive.
Yeah.
So
That's
And she goes to Italy.
I went to Italy this summer. Yeah. Well,
did.
you know, I read, write, speak fluent Italian. I still have cousins, my aunts. So
Can't beat Italy.
So how do people reach you?
So I'm on Facebook, Angela Credenza Parker, Instagram, Angela C. Parker, I think it's 11. And yeah, that's how you reach
And
me.
I love her. She's like a daughter to me.
Aw.
She really is. And now we go to this gentleman on my
Yes.
right he's I've known him forever. The first time I met him was at a party.
That's right.
And of course, I went right over to him because, you know, me, I talk to men all the time. And of course, I come back and the girl next to me goes, "Is he single?" I'm like, "I don't know." And then we became friends.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yes,
Not
but they
as
all
far back as
wanted.
Jim. Not as
Yeah,
far back.
yeah.
But going back to the acting thing, you were asking if she was a natural. I don't know if you've seen. I saw clips. Me and Vicky watched it. I'm waiting for the series to come out. We keep
Oh,
waiting.
of the Fontanas?
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
she's
but
in
she's
it,
like,
yeah.
oh my God, she's a natural.
She's you.
She
No,
really
he's
is.
talking about you too.
You gotta see it.
Yeah.
It's like you watch it like she's just like been performing for 20 years or something.
Oh,
She's
me? Yeah, let's just
You,
Excellent.
show.
No,
yes.
really good.
It's true.
really good.
Yeah,
Because
but
she's herself.
yeah, but
That's what-
see, the family, like my Italian family, they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" But that's the family. That's the
This is the business we
dysfunctional
chose.
Right,
family
right.
that
You
we
tell
all
them.
have when we're Italian.
Everything is relatable.
That's right.
So, but anyway, it's good to see you. You're looking
to see
good.
You too.
How's
Not in
things
shape,
at
but-
how's things at the store?
Good.
He sells all kinds of appliances too.
Yeah, I've been doing that about 6 years. I had a printing company for like 25 years in Manhattan. Did great.
Oh, wow.
Big banks, Mellon Bank, Bank of New York. I had big accounts and I had 75 people working for me. And we know what happened to printing. The computer.
Yeah.
So I moved from Manhattan to Long Island City, tried to cut the rent and all that, and I just didn't make it.
Was it a union shop?
No, non-union.
Non-union.
And we did, I had like 6 high-speed envelope presses. I had web presses that was 60 feet long, giant rolls of paper, and 3 floors in the city. And I had a nice ride for, a number of years, and then it just went like that. So it's like saying, yeah, I used to make 8-track tapes. All right, good for you. Now-
Now,
Yeah,
right.
No, it's interesting because my father-in-law, God rest his soul, he was the vice president of organizing for Local 3, the printers union,
Yep.
the photographers union. And it, at a point where the technology started changing with Photoshop and everything else.
Right.
Yeah, we started talking, and I helped them find people to teach the printers, the guys that color separated,
Yeah, the
all
new-
those
the new
guys,
technology,
the new
right.
technology, and they started like a school for this
Yeah.
because, and it's
It changed
it
drastically.
changed everything.
Yeah, I had offset printing, and then you had to migrate to like digital, and then
Right.
it was totally different.
Right.
Constant
And the older
training
guys
when
were
you're in
like,
that
it was a whole
business,
learning
yeah.
curve, and then
Right.
used to have like you would use negatives and make a goldenrod.
wow.
You'd have to opaque everything out, and they called it stripping. You'd strip
Right,
the
you
form in.
strip, right.
And you got to be careful when you put
Color
advertising for sure. I need a stripper.
Color
All of a
strip,
sudden,
yeah.
boom, boom, McCall's calling.
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of strip.
Yeah.
But I
sure.
had a lot of fun doing that, and then when that ended, I wasn't that old. I'm like, now what am I gonna do? I sold the company. It was starting to go down. Got rid of it. I sold it to one of my customers in Brooklyn, and I had a 1-year contract with them, and then a 1-year non-compete. So after that, I went to go back to health insurance with the kids and everything. Cobra was like $2,200 a month.
Yeah.
So one thing led to another. Somebody hooked me up with PC Richard, and been there about 7 years.
It's that long already.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I bounced around. I started in Belmore, and then they moved me to Rockville Center. I was there about 5. That's where I met Jim.
That's where we
about
met.
5.5 years.
At PC
And
Richard.
now I'm at a
PC
really
Richard.
good store, Call Place, right by Old Country Road.
Yeah.
And a really good crew. It's fun. You don't make a fortune doing it, but anybody needs anything, I always take care of family and friends. And you never pay what you.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
get
ever by me in
discounts.
Greenville?
What's that?
Are you ever by me in Greenville?
No, yeah, there's one there. Yeah, now come to Call Place. You don't have to go to Green.
You go to him and you get a discount.
We met over a washing machine.
Yeah.
Just want you to
Oh,
know.
it's true.
That's
No,
how
I
you
we
We
coming
started
in for a
talking
washing
sometimes.
machine. Right, we're standing there, and we start talking, He says, well, what are you doing? I told him, what I did. He starts doing impressions, which
Yeah,
is
which
like,
you haven't done any yet,
We,
so-
we wanna,
He's
we
doing
wanna
the
see
Well,
this.
first
He's
of all-
talking
We
about
wanna see
music, and I
this.
was a DJ.
and we're talking about
for-
music and impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget the washing machine. I forgot,
Yeah.
we almost forgot to buy one.
Oh,
You know,
that's
Yeah,
funny.
we
And
talked
then-
for about an hour.
And we were talking about it.
I
now.
gave
My
him
wife is standing
CDs,
there,
like
she's
mixed
saying,
disco CDs.
"Hey, what are you doing here?"
Yeah.
I
So-
said, forget it. When we we're talking about music and the
Right.
disco and all that stuff. And
Well,
we could
that's
go
his
on
life
for,
now. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a
Forever.
I've
He
said
did
that.
a
I still do. I still do
studio
that.
with Paul Anka
And
many
he-
years ago. Yeah,
And man, I
he
tell
was
you,
in it.
and
Yeah, I worked with him
top-notch
for
DJ. I
years.
mean, I was
I
on
know.
cloud 9 going in there. So
I
said,
still do that.
I'm
It's
not gonna
it's
bother.
different though. Like when I started in like '79. Like, I had the long hair. Saturday Night Fever
were
came out.
doing
That's
this,
it. Cut
right?
the hair short. Where are the girls going to go to clubs? So I wanted to be an actor. So I was going to HB Studio.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't want to
Great
work with my
studio.
dad. I was like, no, I'm not going into the printing, and I wound up in it. But the whole thing was like Jimmy Stewart, I'm not going into Bailey Home Alone. I'm doing my own thing. So I wound up moving to Las Vegas, January 3rd, 1980. It's freezing out. It's like 5 degrees. Me and 3 of my friends, 2 cars. There was no cell phones back then. You just draw like arches. All right, we'll stop. We had no money. I was 22 years old.
That is
2
hysterical.
clubs in town, Paul Anka's Jubilation and a club called The Brewery. So this is 1980.
It's great.
I walk in, I hear the DJ, you mix from one song to the next. I hear the song and he doesn't mix. I'm like, well, I guess they don't mix out here. So the booth was like up in heaven. I go up and, I start, hey, I'm from New York. My name is Richie Scott. We're talking. I go, not to insult you, but I noticed you didn't mix into the next record. He goes, no. I'm only up here playing their records. The club owns these records. They fired the real guy for doing cocaine. I went, what? So I go downstairs, and who's down there? Steve Sharippa from The Sopranos. And
Oh, I love him
Blue
too.
Bloods.
That's great.
So I said, I was talking to the guy. He told me about the guy with the coke. He goes, where you from? You're a DJ. I said, yeah. Where you from? I said, Queens. He goes, Brooklyn. Close enough. Go get your records.
Oh,
I was there 3 years.
God. Wow.
Met everybody and
Wow.
anybody. You look down, you'd see, Sammy
Things
Davis
just
Jr.,
happen.
Rich Little, Tom Jones. Like every night it was, I called my mother. I just couldn't believe it, and it was the best time of my life. Now, meanwhile, in the other club was the rival. We're best friends to this day. I just saw him a couple of months ago. 40-something years. We talk at least once a week. So he winds up involved with the MGM, and he talks them into putting the first club in a casino. And he said, if you're going to do it, pick the most iconic club. So they picked Studio 54. They bought the rights to the logo, the man in the moon with the cocaine spoon and all that stuff. So guess who spun there for like 7 years? Every holiday weekend, they flew me out there.
Oh, how nice.
Then they opened a lounge called Taboo in the MGM, all movie stars, Shaquille O'Neal, Bruce Willis. It was great. It was great.
That's awesome.
And
That's great.
Yeah, so I still do it. The clubs are gone, per se. It's mostly Italian restaurants, 9 o'clock, move the tables, DJs play. But I still
Did you
do
do
it.
private parties? We
I
were
do
just
the
at one
parties,
with you.
yep.
It was great. We had
Yeah,
a good
I
time.
love doing it. I did one last summer for Joe Piscopo turned 70 or whatever. And it was in like Colts Neck, New Jersey, and some mansion, his girlfriend's mansion, and Bruce Springsteen lives here, and and they had Chris Macchio.
Oh, love him.
That's yes,
He sings for Trunks.
Trish and I are friends for years.
very nice guy.
I know Chris from the Bronx.
He was very specific about
Oh,
no,
him
this
and
mix of
Trump,
my
forget
Norman
about
mic and
him. Yeah.
$3,000 microphone, and so. But so stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a
That's
woman
really
in the
cool.
Hamptons. I do like all her private events and stuff. So, anybody needs a DJ, get a
That's
hold
where
of
you go.
Valentina.
Call
That's
me.
right.
Christmas parties coming up, New Year's, etc.
He did a
That's
Halloween
right.
party that was outrageous.
was great.
The house was, I mean, it was scary, but
I
Yeah,
wasn't
that was great.
invited.
no, you don't know him.
That was great.
Otherwise, you would have
No,
been.
no.
And now I'm
Now, what about the
the impressions.
Impressions,
Yeah,
I just
how did that come about?
well, I'm gonna. This guy's falling asleep over here. No, he's looking at that screen. Hey, yo, I appreciate it, Mickey, if you look over here, you know what I mean? Acting like you're a little mentally irregular,
That is great.
I love that.
You done a great service job by making some cheesecakes for the family. Bonus setup, bonus
Tell
setup.
you close your eyes.
I actually called in, Larry Izzo.
Yes.
So Larry he has a cooking show, Cooking with Comics, and podcast. I go on his podcast a lot. So last week he had a cooking show. He says, you want to come? So I go. And the 3 guys that were on the show, they did a show here. They have a show called Limo Talk. And I didn't know them, but, we're bouncing around. We're having a good time.
they're wacky.
Oh, they're funny.
Yeah.
So he said, he goes, do your Morgan Freeman. So I do it. And the guy goes, oh, you're calling the show tonight. So Bobby, when we walked in, Bobby, I go, yeah, Bobby, I called in. He goes, that was you? He couldn't believe it because I talked as Morgan Freeman. I was on the show for about, I'm going to say, a good 10 minutes. And they're asking,
Unbelievable. That is like a gift.
what's your favorite? So I'm doing this whole thing about, and I went on TikTok a couple of years ago. I got up to 30 million views and,
Oh my God.
insane. And what happened? They took me off because
Why?
I got a little political.
Oh.
I did Archie Bunker with the vaccine. I had Vicky off camera doing Edith. And I ain't taking no shot there, so I start doing Archie. The only shot I'm taking is at Kelsey's bar there, but it looked like there was an app that you would get his face, and now you make your own script and you talk in the voice. So it looks like, Morgan, I had a big run with Morgan. I did De Niro, a little bit. Yes, I did, a little bit. Very nice show, Tina. Nice. I need some more wine, Tina. Very nice. Good cake, Joe.
Rich, does this come natural to you, or do you
I've
study
been doing it
these
since I'm a
people?
kid. When I was a kid, it was
amazing.
all
So
like,
it just
Unreal.
like you hear somebody and then you could just impersonate them, like
yeah. Some of them come
Well, you
natural.
have to
Some I got to
practice,
work
I'm
on.
sure.
Some of them are odd. Like I do. Like it's funny when
What
I
would
met
you say your oddest? Like your
the
hardest?
Cowardly Lion is odd.
Cowardly Lion
Yeah.
from
From the
Wizard of
Wizard of
Oz.
Oz.
Yeah, and when I met Vicky, I was
Interesting.
getting divorced. She was getting divorced. This is like 18, 19 years ago. Her cousin was one of my DJ partners. His name is Razor. He's the DJ for the Mets. And so anyway, he goes, I want you to meet somebody. So I'm like, in the midst of a divorce, I don't want to meet anybody. So I go to the club.
Amazing.
There's like 6 girls, and I'm looking at like kind of like you're picking out a kid. And I go, well, I like that one. I hope it's her. She was beautiful. And sure enough, it was her. So now I go out. So I'm talking to her, and I start doing the voices, and I do the Cowardly Lion. And she was turned off by the, so I'm going, I'm afraid of this girl, whatever. Sneaking up on me. So she goes,
Oh, I love
so years later, she told me she was so turned off by it. And thank God I went into my Stallone, because she loves Stallone. And I went, hey, yo, I never met no girl named Vicky before, you know what I mean? Absolutely.
Oh my God.
And then that was it. But
Are
then-
you a
great.
voiceover artist? I mean,
no,
you
I
could
want to.
be.
I'm trying to find an agent because I just I've done. I'm on Cameo. If you Richard Scotti, I'm on there. In fact, I got a request today. So like Cameo, a movie star will charge $500 and they'll send a message.
Right,
So
right.
with me,
That's
I'm
good.
not a movie star. So mine is like, and I've done a bunch of them. Al Pacino or Robert De Niro.
You could fake it and say,
$25. I recorded for they'll send me a
Send
mini
them a
script,
birthday
or they'll let me
gift,
do
right.
my own script. I got one today. They want early Al Pacino, and they want me to make fun of, and the later Al Pacino is the hoo-ha. I don't like that Al Pacino.
Right.
I like more of the what's the matter, Pop? Like in The Godfather, that more
Yeah,
mellow.
yeah.
There's a very
Yes,
scary
that's
guy,
what
that
a
Luca
gift.
Brasi. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I write my own scripts, and then I do some odd ones. I do Ray Babbitt, Rain Man.
Oh, yeah,
And
I love
you,
him.
you stay in character. You're just like, yeah, I definitely love him, Tina. Yeah. Of course, I'm not wearing shorts right now. Fart. So people like
Gotta go
that.
to Kmart,
Pee Wee
right?
Herman. Yeah, Kmart sucks. Yeah.
Is there one you love to do?
Lately, it's Morgan, because I can stay in his voice and talk about the weather, whatever it is, for like 10 minutes and stay.
amazing.
Then I do something. I can only do one line, and that's it. Like John Travolta, I can't. But I can go, you just watch the hair. I work on my hair a long time, and he hits it. He hits my hair. And then, and beyond that, I'm trying to work on Tony Soprano. I got a little bit of him down, but you got to curse a lot with him, so I'm not going to do it on the show now. And then I got to get my Trump down, because now we're going to have at least 4 more years, and then
Yeah.
whatever he's going to do after that. And he's such a dynamic.
He is.
With
They're selling
with the
everything
hands and-
Trump now. Every time you open your phone, they're selling something else.
Quite frankly,
But let's talk about, you said you have something new you're doing,
Yeah,
because we only have 10 minutes
I like
left.
to write also, so I wrote, along with Larry, I wrote a song with him called The Ex-Exterminator. I made him be a rapper, because I'm the first recorded white rapper. In 1983, I had a rap out, now before Vanilla
my
Ice and
gosh.
Beastie Boys.
You're amazing.
So now I did this. So he owned an exterminating company.
He really does own an exterminator
Yeah,
company.
and Larry's funny. So we did this Ex-Exterminator song, but now I said, Larry, let's do these parodies, kind of like Weird Al. So we have 2 coming out. One is done. It's going to probably be up on social media tomorrow night.
Where?
It's called it's going to be on YouTube. It'll be on Instagram. It's
On what on YouTube?
Yeah,
What
on
name?
mine,
What's the
under
channel?
his name and my name. We're going to finally do a channel together, but mine is DJ Richard Scotti on
Okay.
YouTube, and Larry's Laughs with Larry.
Right. Well, that I know. I was on his show.
And the premise of the song, we took the track from Thank God I'm a Country Boy, slowed it down, and we wrote Thank God I'm Italian Boy. And it's all about like Guidos, and
can't
we
wait
filmed
to
it
hear
all over.
this.
It's hysterical. There's one scene where it's the funniest line in the whole thing, and I had to find a Ramada because there's no Ramadas around. So Vicky was supposed to film it. Larry's wife was supposed to film it. We couldn't get either. I go, Larry, I went to Vicky's closet. I got a pink coat. I put a big hat on him. And, you know, Larry's got the big mustache. And I gave him a nice pocketbook. And I said, we'll walk up to the Ramada. And whoever was walking out of this Ramada had to look at us like, well, this guy's got a mustache with a big lady's coat. And, you know. But the line is, so I got me a wife and I got a Gumada. We don't go in public. We go to the Ramada. I go see my nonna. She calls me Stunada. Thank God I'm Italian boy. And it's all stuff in there about being
Oh, I
Italian.
love
It's
it.
very funny.
Yeah.
So that's one. And then we have another one coming out after that about divorce. Because the whole 60% of people get divorced, 72% of second marriages. So that's the next. We're following up with that. And that's over the Love Boat.
Oh, that's
my
great.
gosh, that's going to be
So
great.
that's it's funny.
So on
Red Bull
Instagram,
thing.
it's,
Yeah.
it's
Jack
Richard
Jones.
Scott.
Divorce
Yeah,
is
yes,
coming
right.
for you.
Yeah.
Come
yeah.
to court. You know, so it's
That's
funny.
great. People will buy that to send to their ex, the ones they want to divorce.
Exactly. So
love it.
we're excited
I
about
love
that.
it.
And now let's talk about your stepson, Blake Grossman. He was part of the film festival,
Yeah.
and you knew him. You met him.
Yeah, that's why I
He
was looking
did
at my phone.
receive-
I was trying to get
he
the name of
received
his
an award
yeah.
at the film festival, and we have a picture of him, I believe, Bobby. I might have a picture up there that we could show. I'm not sure, but we were very proud of him. Well, there's you. You look great in that
That's a
hat.
great shot.
Great
yeah.
hat. You
That's a
still
while
have that,
ago.
and that's your company. And then we might have a small picture of his son at the film festival. If we don't, then we don't. But
He's so talented.
he was so sweet. He came over to me and thanked me, and
Yeah, he had met
thanked
Jeez
Jerry
a while ago.
Yes, he's a nice young man. So
Talented kid. This kid,
congratulations to Blake.
he does everything. This kid, everything. In fact, he did the filming of what we're talking about, the parodies. I was just talking.
Oh, he
all
did
the-
it for you?
Then he did the edits.
That's
he laid all
amazing.
the music in the beds and everything.
I can't wait to see it.
He sings, he writes, he produces, he edits, he plays drums, he plays guitar. He goes to school. Now he's into acting. He's been in a couple of rock videos that are coming out, pretty big groups where, you know, he's not talking at all. Like Angela was saying before, you know, once you get a talking part, then you
That's- yeah.
kind of made it.
Yes.
And now he was in this short film that won, and he played like, they're monsters going for therapy. It's like a bunch of like, you know, Jason and this one, you know, but they gotta, you know, they need therapy. And he
was
played one
good.
of the monsters, and it was great,
awesome.
great.
It was good. So how do people reach you if they want to call you up? Yes, through me. But
Well, you need a
anything
voice.
else?
You know, you want to hear a celebrity, send a special message. I'm on Cameo under Richard Scotti, Scottti. I'm on Facebook, Richard M. Scotti, because there's a Richard Scotti judge in Vegas. So I'm not a judge, so I
All right.
put the M in there. And then on Instagram, I'm DJ Richard Scotti.
Okay. Now we have some things coming up. If we could show those last few slides, Bobby. We have a few things coming up. There is Eddie Sessa always, Thursday and Friday, at the Polo Lounge. We go after this. We are doing a holiday cheer package from now until December, but we're not buying toys or anything like that. We are giving gift cards because I can't carry all the gifts anymore. It's too much work for me. So $5, even as little as that, for a family. And it's going to be just for food, Stop and Shop, Target, stores like that, where they could go shopping. And this year it's only going to be 2 families because people don't have it. So, you know, whatever we get. And it's simple. You just drop it off here. Let me know. I can pick it up. Maybe where you work, you can make a collection and maybe get a $50 gift card. So we're working on that. Our Thanksgiving show is next Tuesday because our show is usually on Thursday. And we have our vendor of the month, Aura Puro Jewelers in Franklin Square. Go buy your jewelry from him. He sponsors us. He's terrific. He has some great things for the holidays. And you get cappuccino. Project Thank a Cop. That is actually tomorrow. And one of the other person that has a show here, right after me, he's actually heading that up. And it's where the cops go shopping for all the kids. It's also a very nice thing to do. And I think that takes care of all of the things that we have coming up. We always have parties to go to. Parties, parties, parties. And it's nice, but it's hard to keep up all the time. So we like to help everyone. We just don't help one person. And that's what we do here. But I say, since we have, we are 2 and 2 here, 2 men, 2 ladies, some of the best cowboys are not boys. Boys will be boys. We hear it all the time. They get the credit when things are tough, and they are given permission to play when it's over. I've got news for you guys. Some of the best cowboys are not boys, they're girls. Right, Angela? And we'd like to be
cowgirls.
acknowledged as such, whether we're rough and tough or pretty, as a picture, covered with sparkle and bling. We're 100% cowgirls through and through. And you guys today were cowboys through and through. And I say, everybody, enjoy. Life is short. Go buy the boots.
Well, I appreciate that,
Go
baby
buy
sister.
the boots. Come on, guys.
Well.
And, that's important.
We're gonna,
It's
We're
important.
gonna hear him sing.
Let's hear it for Tina.
Yes,
She
say
does,
something quick.
she knows how to put people together. She really
And there's
does.
your Italian bread. Everybody gets Italian bread. Let's end it with a little whatever.
Italian bread. This is
Everybody gets Italian bread on my show. You know why? That's
Hey.
a family. And that's what you're supposed to do. Break bread with people.
That's right.
And that's a good one today. So
is
make
good.
sure you
I'm gonna
stick
make a
it
This
home.
sandwich.
is good. This
Yes.
is good.
Dip it in my sauce.
No,
So-
no prosciutto in here.
Mop it
No,
up.
there
Wait,
you
on
go.
everything?
There you go.
For the
That's for you.
prosciutto.
Isn't that pretty?
This is gorgeous.
Simple. Everything is simple on the show, right, Jimmy?
That's why I'm here, because I'm simple. What can I tell you? That's what they say. You're simple. You're a simple man.
So when do we go to the library again?
Here we go. December 1st. Bayshore Brightwater's Library. I think it's at 1 p.m., 1 to 2 p.m. And with the trio, and it's nice. It's loose. We have a good time, and they have a nice, auditorium there. So it's fun. It's fun. I try to, keep it nice and light. And have some fun with the audience and
You do.
so on.
So all of you,
know.
take a ride. It's going to be a nice ride. I'm sure there's a really nice restaurant right down the block.
That's right. And you
Go have a drink, enjoy
You
yourself.
don't take yourself too seriously in life.
No one
I
wants to
mean,
be
come
constantly saying would've, should've,
on.
could've.
Yeah, you do it.
Step out of your
Have
comfort
fun.
zone. Go do something different. Everybody out there that's watching the show, next week, do something different. Go volunteer for somebody once.
Yeah.
You're gonna have so much fun because they like you when you're not paid,
Yeah.
and they like you because you're doing a job for free. And not only that, you could be meeting your new girlfriend there, or you could be meeting somebody that you may work with in the future.
That's right.
No,
And
it's true. It's true.
that's really the best medicine anybody that's down.
Yeah, we did some stuff for the senior citizens, like comedy shows, and they love it. And, free shows, me and Larry. And it was like jokes, you got to be careful, One was at a church, and the priest is standing right there. I was like, all right, Larry,
the
we got to
ball.
go with the PG
Throw the
stuff,
ball.
Oh, hey.
But
But
not
yeah,
at the
they
theater.
appreciate it.
Well, we do it when the show is over. We throw the ball.
No, it's great.
But
Matter
when
of
we
fact-
throw the
matter
ball,
of fact,
it's a thing. Don't
Quickly, on Sinatra's birthday, December 12th, I'm doing, they asked me to come in, and I'm doing, at the, it's not a public performance, but it's at the Gerwin Rehabilitation
Oh.
Center in Comac.
Yeah, I know. I've been
You
there.
know, my mom was there for a little while, and a cousin of mine was there for a long time. So I've been there a few times. So they asked me to come back.
Oh, that's nice.
So
They'll
we
love
do a
it.
nice concert, and they wheel everybody into the gym.
Yeah, I
and
know. I used to work in an
everybody, you know,
assisted living. I
And-
didn't make it.
And it's nice. So but it's not a public performance, but
Yeah, that's good.
it's a nice thing.
When I worked in the assisted living, I lasted 7 days. I had to push all those people.
Oh, is that? Oh,
I have a
yeah, yeah.
cane.
Oh no, you gotta be.
I left
yeah, yeah.
like forget it. I
no,
was
you-
in bad shape.
Yeah. No, you
But
gotta work.
I learned how to do the Jewish thing with the knife and the wine and the bread and cover the. I had to do that too.
No
It
kidding.
was a hard job. Never go back.
That's like having an act.
And that's
A
a
rap.
wrap.
Bingo.
Time to throw the ball.
Go ahead.
Throw the ball, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Bingo.
Good.